Sorry about that. So Spirit had me take a break in the middle of a flow. And so either, well, maybe I made myself take a break. I don't even know. I don't know if it was me or Spirit. And you know what? I love that. I kind of love that. I don't know. I don't know who it is. If it's me, if it's Spirits, if it's, and who cares? Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Who cares if you're enjoying yourself or you're living your best life or you're making connections that you never realized that you could make? Okay? Because nobody told you you could. Right? Sometimes some of us need permission. Okay? I was one of those people. I needed to, number one, see an example of somebody doing something braver than I, because I was like, I don't know if this is possible. Like, I don't know if it's possible to have the level of bravery or the level of skill or the level of attention or the level of concentration that you need to, that I need to be who I want to be. Okay? And who I want to be is important, so I need to do important things, but not in a way that I've been doing things. And so I'm like, okay, we need to make some changes, and we need to listen, right? Slow down. Like, that's the thing. We don't, well, I mean, some people need to be hit a tree or hit a lamppost. In my case, lamppost, like walking like full. It's a true story, unfortunately. It's a true story where I was literally waving goodbye to one of my friends and walking in a direction, didn't even realize there was a lamppost in my path, and turned around and bam, like goose egg right there. Goose egg. So, yeah, I'm familiar with clumsy. I'm familiar with silly, and also laughing at yourself so you don't cry because your heart is breaking because your friend is literally like laughing at you, and just, and it's funny, but it also hurt. Okay, and it required significant ice. Okay, but yes, my head has been hit a couple of times. Okay, and so the brain has been rattled. This body has been rattled. Okay, and so required ongoing healing throughout my life. Ongoing healing. Which is, it feels like just consistently evolving. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for the evolving. Apparently, I'm here for the evolving. So we do the evolving stuff. I wish I didn't have to do it by myself, and technically I'm not, with spirit or energy bodies and people that talk to me and people that communicate with me and that I communicate with in different ways using different means. So sometimes that's in real life, sometimes that's using my phone, sometimes that's using my watch, sometimes that's using my computer, sometimes my TV, sometimes, other people even, but we haven't been doing that really because we can't find, well, it's not that we can't find good people, we can't trust certain good people. So actually we can't trust a lot of good people currently in our current space that we are occupying. So I'm either trying to get out of said space or what else am I trying to do? Or embracing the space, right? Which I'm better at. I'm better at embracing space than I am at connecting currently. And I'm learning how to do that in a safe way because I experienced trauma. I experienced significant trauma that it kind of brought me to a place where I don't ever want to be again. And it's a place I've been before on a regular well, not a regular basis. It's a pattern of behavior, okay? Patterns, they show up. And if you start looking, you start seeing them.
And when you start seeing them, you start feeling them. Okay? And when you start feeling them, it gets hard. Okay, and God knows that, or Source knows that, Universe knows that. And so they try to make it fair. They do things to make it fair and worth it, but that requires your participation in it. And so, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have to. I literally would not be here if I didn't have to. My videos disappear off of my devices that I use as reflections or mirrors for myself because I haven't had a good track record with counselors or therapists or people in general, okay? Just partners, even. I feel like I tried my best. No, today I know I tried my best. And so it makes it easier for me not to go back to certain people, places, things, patterns, behaviors. It makes it easier for that. But it also makes it harder to stop other things or harder to not rely on other things until you have something else. You have a replacement or you have a place to put pain, heartache, words. Okay? So the reason why I am literally putting videos on YouTube is because they disappear on me. And I don't have a storage device, and sometimes they disappear on me literally after I make them. So I don't have a chance to store them anywhere or to save them or to do anything with them. So here I sit, here I am. Hi, it's me. I'm here, not for fame or money or any weird reason. I literally just want to keep my own self from disappearing. I just want to keep myself from because I keep forgetting and I keep disappearing when I get in relationships with people. Like, every relationship. How is that even possible? Spirits. How is that even possible? Because I'm a good person. I help people when I can. I'm the person that rolls down their window and asks if the lady with the I don't know why I can't think of the word. The walking thing. Walker. Walker. I'm the person that's like, hey, do you need help getting into your vehicle? Like, do you need some help carrying the groceries? Or do you need this cart here? You can take my cart kind of thing. And it used to be self-sacrificing. Okay. It used to be the extreme of like, I'm such a good person and look at me and I'm so wonderful. And yes, I did feel that way sometimes. Very rarely, but those rare moments of I'm a wonderful human or I get to just make somebody's day a little bit better made me feel better, okay? And it gave me a boost. So it was like boost for them and boost for me. So we both boosted, whether she wanted the help or she didn't want the help. We were boosted, okay? Because she felt like somebody saw her. She felt like somebody cared. And I felt like, okay, I made an attempt or I made an effort to connect with someone I don't know, right? But that's okay. We don't have to, I don't know majority of the world. So I might as well operate as though I don't know people, right? And so if I don't know you, then it's very hard for me to connect to you, but there are things that I can do to connect to you, to help bridge or to help build a connection or build something together, if that's something you want to do with another person, right? And you can do that in a very short-term context where you're helping somebody with their groceries, or you can do that in a bigger context where you're helping somebody with their healing process and journey, which I love doing, I have been doing for over a decade. Also, seen things from the other side. So, can offer insight and also validation there, which is very important for people, okay? Sometimes people just need validation. They just need to know, like, hey, I see you, or that makes sense, or, you know what, like, that's, you know, a great answer for you, where you're at. And, hey, I change my answers sometimes, because I'm like, oh, I have more information now, so I can change my mind. And I do, when I want to. I do. So, yeah, sorry, I just recognized the time, and I'm also feeling very, like, or I was earlier, feeling very rushed and, like, pushed to connect. And I'm like, okay, yes, connection, yes, we need to do that. How do we do that? How do we do that in a way that is smart, that works for my schedule as a neurodiverse individual, and also with a child, and also with 3 cats. So, you know, we have things that we need to take care of. We have 4 litter boxes that we clean, that we make sure we are cleaning, because it impacts everyone. So we make sure we stay on top of the litter boxes. Okay? Not something that I always did. Okay? Not something that I always did. And I process my shame around that, and my frustration around that, and where it comes from. And it was hard, and it sucked. And so we make an effort. Today. We make the effort. Sorry. It's like serious. It's like serious time. The back. Okay. So I was reading 12, but I think we need to move to 24. And you know what? We can decide if that was a good choice or not a good choice later. That's okay. 24. So this is the other one. 2 plus 4 is 6. So the other one was 3. This one is 6. I don't know if those numbers mean anything to anyone. But I personally love 3s, and I personally love 6s when they come up, even if they come in 3s, because I'm not afraid of the devil or demons, actually, because I deal with them on a regular basis, and I know how to deal with them now. I know how to deal with them better. And they're just different in how they operate. They have different rules. So, yeah, I see, you know, like that light dark. I see a mirror. I see a wheel. It looks like a wheel to me. Or a pie. A wheel or a pie in the middle, sort of. There. Okay? So, that's what that means to me. Let's see what it says in the book. Because it looks familiar, I just not as familiar as the other one. So, I'm not sure exactly what that means. 24. Short. Oh boy, another long one. Separation. Interesting. If you've drawn this sigil, you're seeing yourself as separate to others as well as the world around you. You are seeing yourself as... Okay, are we gonna confuse me now? Be yourself, but not entirely. But be yourself, but not in this way. Be yourself, but only in these circumstances or in these rooms with these people. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I have capacity. Are we sure that the energy that is going to be given off is going to be positive or is going to be helpful? Because sometimes my energy can be helpful, and sometimes it can be the opposite. And both are good and needed and necessary in certain circumstances. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm trying to operate from a certain place and realizing that not many people operate from this place. So I have to figure out my way of doing it, which makes me separate, okay? I have to figure out my way of doing it, which is separate from the whole, so that I can then learn and acquire new things or create new things that then I can take back to the whole or the collective and say, look, hey, here, please. Look what I found. Look what I learned. Look what I did. Isn't it amazing? You know, that's, yeah. Okay. I actually currently don't need to read this. I don't think right now. But it is familiar. That's the thing. It's familiar. But familiar doesn't necessarily mean true. And familiar doesn't mean true. For you. Okay? It might, but not always. Okay? There's very few absolutes in the world. Okay? And so we do what we can to stay in the middle. Okay? No absolutes. You know, I used to say always and never very flippantly, very nonchalantly, and learned pretty quickly that when I connected to my ancestry, actually, that was not helpful. That was not as helpful as I thought it was. So I'm like, well, okay, sounds good. I say that a lot. Sounds good, you know? It's just kind of like like I'm acknowledging you, but also like telling you like I'm not quite there yet. Like we're on the path and there's a frickin' gnat and there's no reason there should be a frickin' gnat around me right now. Literally, there's no food down here. There's no food down here at all. I don't feed my cats down here. I don't feed my child down here. We don't have a fridge. We've got a deep freeze that we don't use down here. So there's no reason for a frickin', and also the windows don't open down here. So I'm kind of like, what has... Sorry, I just thought I saw it, but... Ah! What was that? Something fell on the floor, which apparently... Two again? Okay, Spirit. Why do you keep giving me two of things? Why do you keep giving me two? It's like two and two and two and two. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. On what? On a boat? An ark? Okay, wait. Why are we talking about Noah? Why are we talking about Noah? Okay, well, Spirit has gone in a certain direction with this. I don't know why, but we're going with it. We're going with it. Okay. These two. Okay, ready? Approving of myself and letting go of being right are the two that came from the deck that my ancestors usually speak from. They speak from, I call it it's orange deck. And so I associate my ancestry with orange. I also associate the sacral chakra, which I also associate with emotional regulation or emotional pain, right? Emotional processing, I think. Bridget, if you know Bridget, we're tight. We're tight. She has helped me out a lot. So, in an angelic context, if you need context for that name. Approving of myself. Today, I will let go of my need for approval and my need to be liked. Instead, I will choose to like and approve of myself. Yes, please, and thank you. The people who count, including me, will respect me. Respect came up today, this morning, in particular. And we did no, it wasn't. It was yesterday. It was yesterday it came up, and we commented on it. We made a funny comment. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. We'll see. Will respect me when I'm true to who I really am. Who I really am. Not who other people want me to be. Not who my ancestry wants me to be. Not who my parents want me to be. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I was actually who my parents want me to be. And it got me nothing good. Nothing. That's not true. That's not true. Don't say nothing. See? Exactly. See? Don't say nothing, everything, right? We have to be mindful with the words that we use and specify. Sometimes specification is needed, necessary, and helpful for certain individuals at certain times from certain people in a safe context. So this is a complex thing.
Healing is a complex thing. It is not something you just float around in and hope for the best. You have to actually like have a somewhat of a plan or a structure in place. I know I needed that in order for me to be able to function in a space or to function in something. Or, you know, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, and we're slowly figuring it out. But we're grateful that we get to figure it out today. And we're not blocked because we don't have the money. We're not blocked because we can't hold a thought or focus on a person for longer than 10 minutes at a time or 2 minutes at a time some days. Hey, Stevie. Some days. This is Stevie. She's one of my cats. I have 3. She is my more balanced cat. So she's an orange tabby. And she's pretty special. She's named after Stevie Nicks. My ex named her, but excuse me, madam. Okay, that is enough of that. Once they start walking on the keyboard, we adjust. We adjust, and we remind them that, hey, we're in the middle of something here, and I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so letting go of being right was the other card. Today, I will realize that being myself and letting others be themselves is far more important than being right. Yes. Value and worth are not dependent on being right. And I'm striving for love in my relationships, not superiority. We can talk about hierarchy and time and place for hierarchy, but superiority does not belong in a equal give and take relationship dynamic. I won't hide behind being right, but will just let myself be who I am. And you know what? I am a beautiful mess most of the time. I am a beautiful mess. So, we'll take it. And we'll appreciate it. And we say thank you. Thank you, spirits, for the knowledge and the opportunities and the people that are now in my life somehow. Some way, somehow. And I'm very, very grateful for it, actually. Thank you. Yeah. And good job. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And yeah, do something nice for you. Drink lots of water. Drink more water, Corinne. Drink more water. And also, probably eat more food. Your grandma is a little concerned about you. But she knows you're doing everything literally that you can. She just is like, I know you like reminders, so okay, here you go. All right, love you.